Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Jill and today I'm going to be doing my most anticipated 2016 releases. So let's get started. Again, this is a little late if you didn't see my other video, which was my 2016 reading resolution things. You definitely should go watch it. And I explained there that school's been crazy. I got my wisdom teeth out, couldn't talk for a while, but I'm back, hopefully. And today I'm going to be doing my most anticipated 2016 releases. I'm sure I already said that, but okay. So I have a list here on my iPod. I'm sorry there's going to be like a light shining in my face, so I kind of look a little creepy, but remembering stuff is hard. So I'm going to start off with 2 honorable mentions, then I'm going to get into my 8 sort of top anticipated releases. Obviously, these aren't the only books that I want to come out. I have a number of them that I'm highly anticipating, but I just had to limit it down to my most anticipated. So yes, I'm anticipating way more than this, and these are just like the basic, most important ones. So the first book I have is These Vicious Masks by Toron Shankar and Kelly Zekas. I have no idea if that's how you say it. And I just recently saw a sort of review of this book, and it was a glowing review, and the cover is beautiful. Can we take a moment? It's a beautiful cover. You see, I actually don't know exactly what it's about, so I'm just going to read the summary off of Goodreads. If you want to read it for yourself, it's on Goodreads, so look it up.
It says, Jane Austen meets X-Men in this gripping and adventure-filled paranormal romance set in Victorian London, England. Evelyn is bored with society and its expectations. So when her beloved sister Rose mysteriously vanishes, she ignores her parents and travels to London to find her, accompanied by the dashing Mr. Kent. But they're not the only ones looking for Rose. The reclusive young gentleman Sebastian Braddock is also searching for her, claiming that both sisters have special healing powers. Evelyn is convinced that Sebastian must be mad until she discovers that his strange tales of extraordinary people are true, and that her sister is in grave danger than she feared. That's not correct grammar. But yeah.
It sounds really cool. It's like Jane Austen-y and X-Men, and that just sounds really, really cool. And I love Jane Austen. I love that sort of time period. And this just seems like a really, really good, story. And I actually don't know when this comes out. Okay, it comes out February 9th, 2016. The next book I have is kind of on a whim, and that is Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan. And as far as I can tell, I also don't know what this one's about. I don't know. It's really complicated, but the cover's really pretty, and I don't want to read out a really long summary, so just look it up. But apparently it's fantasy, I'm pretty sure, and it has a lost princess, and it looks really cool. Ones that I can actually give the summaries to on their own. Again, these are in no particular order. First one I have is an obvious one, and that is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in her Dark Artifices series, and it follows Emma Carstairs and Julian Blackthorne. Hey, I was right! Okay, so it follows them, and it's set like, I think, 5 or so years after the end of the Mortal Instruments. It's set in present-day LA, basically, and I love Cassandra Clare's writing. I absolutely adore the Shadowhunter world, and I know lots of people think she's being repetitive with putting out so many books in that world, but I personally really like that, because once an author creates a world, it's sort of, they're allowed to create multiple stories in that really complicated world. And you guys couldn't tell, I have my Shadowhunters necklace on again because I love them. The next book I have is The Last Star by Rick Yancey. This is the 3rd book in the Fifth Wave trilogy. If you don't know what the Fifth Wave is about, the movie's coming out in about a week, which is insane. I'm so excited for the movie. It's basically, if you haven't seen any of the trailers for the movie, or if you have no idea what the Fifth Wave is about, basically aliens invading. They're trying to wipe out the human race, and there's awesome people, there's wonderful characters. It follows kind of 2 different people, and I just love all the characters, and I'm so excited for this last installment. I think it's coming out May 24th or sometime in May. Anyway, so I'm really excited for The Last Star. The book I have is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now, if you didn't know, we have a cover! Don't you love the cover? So I think the cover just dropped yesterday. I'm filming this on the 15th. I think it just dropped yesterday. And do you see how beautiful it is? It's amazing. I love the cover, and I love the title, and I can't wait, and recent, and I just love Sarah J Maas, and I love A Court of Thorns and Roses, and the cliffhanger at the end of A Court of Thorns and Roses, I kind of need to know what that was. So, A Court of Mist and Fury is coming out, I think, May 3rd, 2016, and the cover is beautiful, and I'm so excited. Keeping on the trail of Miss Maas, we obviously have the 5th installment of the Throne of Glass series. We don't have a cover and we don't have a title yet, but I'm anticipating it. I have currently read The Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, and Crown of Midnight. I haven't moved on with the series just because I want to pace myself, because I know I'm going to be really upset that I don't have the other books, so I'm sort of waiting until the 5th book is sort of closer, but I'm sure this comes out sometime in September, I think September 6th. All these dates could be completely wrong, by the way, as a disclaimer. This is just what Goodreads says, and also I could be remembering them wrong. But the 5th Throne of Glass novel, and of course I'm anticipating it because it's Sarah J Maas, and her Throne of Glass series is amazing. Next book I have is The Rose and the Dagger by Renegades. And this is the concluding novel to the Wrath and the Dawn duology. And if you don't know, The Wrath and the Dawn is a retelling of 1001 Nights. And it's really great. It's wonderful. And I actually got to Skype with Miss Adier, and she was a joy, and I love her a ton, so definitely check out her series. Oh yeah, she's amazing, and her books are amazing, and they're so richly described, and her details and her storytelling are great, so I'm obviously anticipating this one. The next book I have is Lady Renegades by Rachel Hawkins. Now this is the 3rd book in the Rebel Belle series, and I don't really hear lots of people talking about this series, but I absolutely adore the Rebel Belle trilogy. It's complicated, and I kind of forget because I haven't read it in such a long time. But the first one's called Rebel Belle, and it's basically about this valedictorian sort of pageant queen teenager, and she's sort of all girly, and then she gets this job as a paladin, and she has to protect the life of her greatest enemy. And all this angst and this wonderful, it's just so good. And it sort of covers scare you and you think it's going to be really girly. It's honestly not. It is a wonderful story. It's about a girl that you don't really expect being as strong as she is, and she's actually very strong and confident and amazing. I don't know when this one's coming out either, but I'm anticipating it. It's the conclusion to the trilogy, and I'm going to be so sad when it's over, but the 2nd novel was really short, and I kind of need the 3rd one because I need it. The next book I have is Yellow Brick War by Danielle Page. This is also the concluding novel in a trilogy. So many trilogies are ending. Did you notice this year? So many trilogies are ending. And this is the end of the Dorothy Must Die trilogy. If you don't know, Dorothy Must Die is a retelling of The Wizard of Oz. And Dorothy has turned evil, and this girl named Amy Gum, also from Kansas, gets sucked up in a tornado, and she has to come and try to save Oz from Dorothy. And I love this story. I think it's just a wonderful retelling. I did not think I was going to like it. I actually talked about this in my favorite books of 2015. I was not expecting to like this book at all, but it pleasantly surprised me, and I'm really hooked, and I'm really excited to see where it goes in this last novel because it's been really setting up for the last book, and I'm really excited to see how it goes, and hopefully it concludes well. I think the last one I have is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. We don't have a cover yet, but I think they just sort of finalized this book a few days ago because it finally got like a little cover not final little picture. And I don't know what this is about, but it's by Laini Taylor, and Laini Taylor's one of my favorite authors in the entire world. She wrote the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, which is one of my top series of all time. So anything she writes, no matter what it's about, I'll read it. I actually haven't read her other books, which is kind of embarrassing, but it's a new series coming out, and obviously I'm very highly anticipating this one. So there you have it. Those were my most anticipated books of 2016. Of course, I'm anticipating a lot more, but I couldn't fit that into this video. It's already really long as it is. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed. Comment down below video suggestions, anything you want to talk about, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye!